So what it means is that Mr. Foster right now is under a no bail hold, which means that he will be held pending ultimately the presentation of the case to the grand jury. If the grand jury returns a true bill, then it will subsequently proceed to arraignment and trial. And at this point, he'll be held until then.
Go ahead.
And so the indictment typically happens within 90 days. We'll be learning more about that.
We actually have 60 days. We're under a felonies first, the pilot rules in Stratford County, so we have 60 days from today or 2 grand jury dates to get Mr. Foster indicted.
The defense argued self-defense, and in the affidavit it does mention that the victim remembered hitting Mr. Foster in the nose, possibly breaking his nose. They were claiming that then it was self-defense. Explain what your perspective on that is.
Well, at this point, I'm not really going to comment on the investigation. It is an ongoing investigation. We're still interviewing witnesses, reviewing statements. So at this point, that is contained in the affidavit. It does appear that the victim did at some point punch Mr. Foster, but we're still reviewing that.
So the injuries that we saw today to his nose and their eye, it looked like a black eye. That's something that happened prior to him being taken into custody.
That's my understanding.
Okay. Anything else about this case that sticks out to you in terms of, it sounds like, and I know it was an argument going on, but they were in fairly close range with each other, and that literally, it doesn't sound like he's denying having shot the victim. This kind of case, how should we kind of process it?
Well, at this point, I would say that the statements that were contained in that affidavit were actually from the victim, not from the defendant. So the victim is the one who indicated that there was a close-range shot that was fired. So we're still evaluating all of the statements, and we'll proceed to grand jury in approximately 2 months. And if the grand jury returns a true bill, then we will proceed to trial.
Do we know how the victim is doing?
Right now, all the information I have is what Chief Drury from the Farmington Police have provided, which is that he's in stable condition.
One last question for you, Tim. The police in Farmington have described Foster as transient. Do we have like a location for him, a hometown, any other further information?
My understanding is he was residing in Farmington.